Alright guys, welcome to this lesson on Thinkorswim screening method. So in this lesson, you're going to learn how to do your screening for stocks. Okay, so this is mainly for swing trading. So in swing trading, right, you all know that in price action manipulation, we'll be looking at the 1 year, 2 days chart and also the 4 years, 1 week chart. And then because the US market got more than 6,000 overstocks. So it's almost impossible to look at them manually one by one. So this screening method that I'm going to share with you guys will help you to zoom down the possible trade based on certain strategies. Okay, so you'll be given the script, right? There's a couple of scripts that I'm going to share with you guys, which you will be able to download. And how do you actually put them into the Thinkorswim scanner? Okay, so in this lesson, you're going to learn how to screen mainly for swing trading uh, stocks in the US. Okay, so for short-term trading, guys, short-term trading, you don't need to screen, right? For those of you doing short-term trading, this is only for swing trading, okay? And it's only for the US market, okay? All right, so I want to do a general recap, right? Because I understand that some students have access to Thinkorswim, some may not have access to Thinkorswim. Okay, so in a separate video, I actually cover the usage of how do you use TC2000, okay, to do your scan, your screening, okay. But in this particular lesson, I will focus on screening using Thinkorswim. And one thing to take note, guys, make sure that your account is logged into the live account. If you log into the paper account, you will not be able to use the scanner function, okay, which I'm going to demonstrate to you guys shortly. Okay, just to let you guys know. And for swing trading, we'll be looking at the 1 year, 2 days chart or the 4 years, 1 week chart. Okay, you can choose either one, right? Especially for new traders, choose either one of the time frame that you are comfortable with. Okay, and in Thinkorswim, you have access to the 1 year, 2 days chart and the 4 years, 1 week chart. Similarly, if you're using TC2000, right, you also have access to the 1 year, 2 days chart and the 4 years, 1 week time frame. Okay, TradingView, for those of you who have TradingView, you can also use TradingView. However, the the 2 days sequence in TradingView is different for as compared to Thinkorswim or TC and also TC2000. Hence, for US stocks, I'm only looking at the 1 year, 2 days chart, right? In Thinkorswim, okay. And if you do not have Thinkorswim, you can look at TC2000. Understand, so that you will be in line with my analysis for 2 years chart as well. If you are trading the 4 years, 1 week chart, they are the same across Thinkorswim, TC2000, and also TradingView. Okay, so the difference is that TradingView, the 2 day sequence is different, and we cannot change from my understanding now, right? I don't know how to change the sequence of the 2 days chart. If any of you are able to change the sequence to be same as Thinkorswim or TC2000, right, you can drop me a note and let me know so I can inform the rest of the price action community, manipulation community. Okay. Um, and so over here, right, okay, for those of you who have access to TOS, right, which I'm going to cover in this lesson, okay, we will do our screening, right, in within TOS platform, right, which you can also use it for charting purposes and also execution. So it's a place where you can screen, you can look at the charts, and you can enter your orders for stocks. Okay, if you don't have access to TOS, right, you can refer to my TC2000 video lesson, right, which I cover on screening and also charting. Okay, so I know some students are also using interactive brokers, right? In fact, for me personally, I use Thinkorswim for screening, mainly for screening and charting. But in terms of execution, entering the trades, I use mainly interactive brokers. It's just like a preference because IB have access to a variety of products like options, futures, forex, and stocks. So I just out of convenience, I used IB, right? Even though TOS commissions is basically free now for stocks. Okay. All right, so this is basically the overview of which platform screening charting, because a lot of questions on this, especially for those who do not have access to Thinkorswim. Okay, if you have access to Thinkorswim, right, this will be the lesson for you, because I'll be covering how to do your screening, and this is the final layout in Thinkorswim, right? In short, we call it TOS. This is the final layout, because now we have a screening script, which I'll share with you guys how to put in the script later on. Okay, and then you need a parameter here, which is the average volume. The last 50 days, average of the volume in the last 50 days, the last 50 periods to be greater than 100,000. Okay, and then you'll be scanning in the all stocks, right, or the entire universe of stocks, right, in the US market. If you choose to scan for, let's say, S&P 500 stocks only, you can also select them over here. Okay, so by default, we'll be screening for all stocks. Okay, and I will dive into the demonstration shortly. So now I'm going to share with you guys, right? You will receive these 4 scripts. Okay, basically mainly the bullish FS, bearish FS script, DR script, and UR script. Okay, so in the bullish and bearish FS script, all these script basically, right, I will teach you guys how to configure them and set them to weekly, okay, weekly configuration, because TOS does not have the 2-day time frame scanner option. You can look at the 2 days chart, but when you go into scanning, right, the scanning function in TOS, they do not have the 2 days time frame scanning option. Unlike TC2000, you can scan based on the 2 days time frame, but TOS, last time they have it, but they have since taken down, and up till now they have not put it back for, I think, 2 years already, right? They have not even put back the 2 days time frame. Okay, so you guys can send them an email and TOS and ask them to put back the 2 days time frame, since a lot of us are using their platform to trade, right? Okay, so we will only be able to create the weekly time frame for scanning each of the above scripts. So in total, we will have 4 scan queries to save. So I'll teach you guys how to save these 4 scan queries in weekly. Therefore, if you are trading the 1 year 2 days chart, you will still be scanning based on the weekly time frame. No choice, because there's no 2 days. So we use the weekly, right, as a proxy to see if they will come up with any possible setup in the 2 days time frame. Okay, so if you are trading the 4 years 1 week time frame, right, you will stick to the weekly chart. That will be more accurate in a sense, right? So that's the limitations when we are using Thinkorswim. Okay, so guys, before I go into this, right, let me go into the platform itself, right? So make sure you guys are logged in to your account. This is my Thinkorswim platform, and okay, so I'm going to go through a bit slowly, right, so that you guys can follow me, right? What happens if you cannot follow me? What if you are a bit slow and you cannot follow me? Pause the video, right? Okay, just pause the video or rewind the video. Okay, so guys, okay, this is like the end product or one of the scanner, and I will do a configuration, right, to share with you guys how to input them from scratch. Okay, how to input them from scratch. So firstly, right, you will have access to the Thinkorswim script, so you can unzip the folder and download all the 4 scripts over here that you see, right, the DR, FS, bullish, bearish, and the UR, right? Make sure you got these 4 scripts. Okay, because we're gonna use them shortly. Okay, we're gonna use them shortly. Okay, so I will simulate, right? Let's say you first use the scanning tools here. Again, I want to emphasize that, guys, make sure you are logged in to your live account. If you log in if you log into your paper account, you cannot use the scan function. Understand? So even though your live account may not be funded, it's okay, you can still use the scanning function here when you log into the live account. Okay, so once you log into the live account, right, click on this scan tab. You can see my cursor over here. Click on this scan tab and then click under stock hacker. okay, for scanning here, right? So I will just delete these two away, right, and to assume that we start from the scratch. Okay, so I'll delete this away, right? If you got any of this parameter, you can just delete them away, and you can follow my video steps here from the scratch. Okay, if you have any like parameter here, you can just delete them all away. Okay, and to make sure, guys, make sure that your all of the under this condition group, guys, make sure under all add condition group here, right, the all of the following is grayed out. If you have something like this, guys, if you have like separate windows like this, right, okay, please delete it away, please remove it, please remove this condition group. Understand? So if you have like separate filter boxes here, right, please remove them. How do you remove them? See my cursor over here, right, click on this and press remove condition group until you are left with only one of this so-called condition group to enter your scanning parameter. And then when you left click into this, it will only show all of the following, which is gray out, and that will be correct. Okay, so make sure it's gray out. If not, your results will be different from the rest of us. Okay. Okay, so first thing to take note is, right, once you take out the all the parameter, right, make sure you change this, right, scan in category all stocks. Okay, some of you may have scanned in S&P 500 or Nasdaq stocks, New York Stock Exchange stocks. So by default, we'll be scanning, right, left click here, we'll be scanning into category all stocks. Okay, I repeat again, scan all category all stocks here. Later I'll teach you guys how to save the watch list, how to save the scan query, how to use the watch list into the charts. Okay, so follow me step by step. All right, so for over here, right, you're going to add the filter over here, which is to add the parameters. So you're going to add two study filter. So over here, click on this plus icon here, left click, and then click study, and then add another filter, study. Okay, so in the first filter here, right, guys, go and click on it, right, and then press go to volume, and then select average volume over here. Okay, and then by default, right, it will be a 50 period simple moving average of the volume greater than. Make sure, guys, over here, right, over here there is, I think, 1 2 3 4 5 6 zeros, so please delete 1 zero away. I repeat again, please delete 1 zero away to 100,000. Okay, if you got 1 million volume, your results will be different. Please make sure there's only 5 zero. I know here very hard to see, but please count properly. Make sure there's only 5 zero. 5 zero means 100,000. Okay, please. So by default is 1 million minus 1 zero is 100,000. Okay, so don't have to change anything. By default, leave it as day. You'll be scanning the average daily volume to be greater than 100,000. Okay, so next, go to the next study over here, right? It is by default this one ADX crossover. We're going to change it. So go to mouse over and go to custom. Okay, when you go over to custom, right, this window will pop out. Okay, and then you delete this, the first parameter away. Delete this away. Okay, so you do not have any conditions here, right? So now this is what I'm going to do, right? Go to ThinkScript editor. Okay, so ThinkScript editor over here, and then go over here to the scripts. So let me just maybe start off with the bullish and bearish FS script first. So I'll start with the bullish FS script here. So double click, right, and then you can see the scripts over here, right? So make sure you highlight the whole thing. So it means from the bottom all the way up, and then press copy. Okay, please do not type yourself, just copy, and then copy paste, right? Paste inside here. Okay, and then double check a bit, see the last FS6 bars. Yes, so correct. So double check a bit, make sure you copy paste correctly, and then press OK. Okay, so once you press OK already, guys, okay, over here, right, please change this to, okay, let me just double check again, right, custom, right, so everything is okay, press OK, and then change the aggregation period to weekly chart, because we cannot scan for 2 days, so please change this to weekly. So that's it, you're done, and then you can press the scan function. Okay, you can scan, press the scan function over here, and so let's see, right, maybe I filter them, right? Okay, so let's see. Let me see you have 518 results, guys. So if you want it to show the maximum, right? So you can change this to maybe 1000, show 1000. So you can press scan again, it will show you the entire 518 results. Okay, so let's say the weekly chart, let's see if it's accurate, right? Let's see. Let's go to AACQ. Correct, right? The formation is very valid inside bar, break of the mother bar low and comes back up. But there's no structure false bottom here, right? It is not a tradable structure here, so it's okay. We can skip. Let's say I go to AB. Okay, so it's possible bullish FS, but it's not at the 20 SMA. So you can slowly scroll down later on, right, to see if there's any tradable setup. So this is, let me see, right? Okay, this is a possible pattern, right? Possible pattern, right? Because this is a okay, this is a mother bar, baby bar, third bar, fourth bar, fifth bar. The fifth bar is the bar so that goes back into the mother bar range. So ABIO is a possible bullish FS false bottom. So you realize that even though we have a script to scan, we still have to manually go and analyze. But it will at least, right, zoom you down to the possible ones. Understand? Okay, I will talk more about if you got too many opportunities, right, what should you do shortly later on, right? So let's this is really how I would scan, and later I will share with you guys how to put them into a list. Okay, but let me just say teach you guys how to save this first. Okay, how do you save this scan result? So you don't have to every time you scan you have to change it. So you're gonna go over here, okay, and save scan query. Okay, so maybe we call this PAM underscore boo underscore FS. Okay, so I call this uh PAM underscore boo FS. Okay, so you can save this, right? And next time when you want to open this, right, you can just go to this and load scan, click onto this, load scan query personal, you can load the PAM boo FS here. Okay, so I'm going to delete the old one over here, the PP one. I'm going to delete this one, right? Okay, so by right you should only have, since we only save one, right, so you should only have the PAM boo FS here. Okay, so I'm going to add in the rest. Okay, I'm going to add in the rest. Okay, so let me just load back the previous one, this one, and then we just need to change the script. Okay, so we'll move on to the next script, which is the bearish PM. So if you are scanning for the bearish setup, right, you will change, you just select this scan query, okay, for bearish FS. So I'm gonna delete this away first, okay, and then this is the one, right, the bearish FS one. I'm going to copy this one, and then I'm going to paste this in, okay, and then press OK. So this is for the bearish FS. So I'm going to save this scan query. Sorry, this will be for the bearish FS. Okay, PM underscore bearish FS. Okay, so you see under this scan load scan query, you will have two of these, way PM bearish and PM bullish. Okay, so I'm going to do it for the UR as well. So UR, this one, okay. So I'm going to go to custom again, and then remove the previous script, right? And then I'm going to key in the UR. Okay, and then scroll down, right, go all the way to the bottom, and then copy paste the script, and then paste this in. Okay, and then press OK, right? And then make sure it's weekly time frame, and it should be good to go. And then again, save the scan query. So this is a UR PM, call this PM UR. Okay, and then you can save this script. And then you can see over here again, right? When you load scan query personal, you have 3 of these already. Later, I will zoom into one of them to share with you guys how to put them into the watch list. Okay. So next, we're going to configure the DR, the last one, the DR script. So again, go to back to the custom, delete the previous one again, right? Delete the previous one, make sure it's empty, right? and then double click this one, PM, and then scroll all the way down, go to the lowest, the bottom, and copy this script, and then paste this in. Okay, then once you're done, press OK. And what you're going to do, save it, right? Go to this one, sorry, this uh, box here, and then save scan query. Now we change this to PAMDR script. Press save. Okay, so you're done, right? Because now you can see, right, load scan query, you will have 4 of these scan query over here for you to scan for any possible opportunities. And then you can press scan here. For example, the DR script, you can see over here, right, PAMDR script over here. Okay, so wait for the system to load first. Okay, usually it take a while to, due to the internet connection. Okay, now the result is out. There's 205 results. Okay, so let's say now I'm going to teach you guys how do you put into the watch list so that you can very quickly scan them. So how do you save the watch list that you have scanned out? Right, see my cursor over here, right? Let's say this is for DR, guys, DR, possible DR setup. Right, mouse over this one to this box here, save as watch list. So maybe I call this DR for maybe 4th April, right? 4th April. Sorry, the 2 is 5th April, right? 5th April 2021. Okay, this is a DR results for 5th April, and then press save. Usually when you press save, the result will disappear. I don't know why also, right? So if you want them to appear again, you can just press scan. Okay, but it will be the same. Okay, so how do you right create a watch list here? Okay, guys, see my cursor over here. Move on to any of these gadgets. We call this gadget. This small window are called gadgets. Okay, see I have this watch list here, and I can just call out the. I could just call out the just now the I scanned for the 5th of April, right? Where's the 5th of April? Let me see. I have many script. Okay, here see DR 5th of April. I can just click this, then all the results will be here. Okay, but let's say right you want to create the watch list gadget from scratch. How do you do? Let's say you have any of these gadget, you just detach out first. So see my cursor over here, any gadgets, right, left click, detach gadget, any of these gadget, just detach it. Okay, and then you see this is not a watch list, right? So how do you change it to watch list? Click onto this and then press switch gadget. Okay, press switch gadget, go and find watch list, this watch list icon here, and press left click this one, and then it will be changed into a watch list. So next you can actually go and search for your the 5th April watch list, the DR 5th April watch list that I have over here, right? You can see, click on it, and there you go, right? You have all the results in this list already. Okay, so how do you actually put this into side by side with your charts? So let's say today you are scanning for maybe the weekly chart, sorry, the 2 days chart. Okay, for example. So again now guys, we are scanning for the weekly time frame, right? Because we do not have the 2 days time frame. So we will see if there will be any possible results in the 2 days chart. Okay, so it's not a really no exact scan results that come out, but it is I would say it's the closest the best we can do using Thinkorswim right now. Okay, so there's one more thing a few things I want to add in here, right, to the watch list, guys. You see, because I want to see certain things like industry, what industry is it from, right, and perhaps add in the volume as well. So you can see my cursor over here, guys. You can click on this spanner icon in the on the watch list and press customize. Okay, so you have this search box here, right? You can click in volume. Okay, type volume, and then you can double click this one, make sure that it's populated over here. Okay, you can see it over here, and then I'm going to put in things like I think market cap, right? Market cap, so that sometimes if we want to look at stocks that have a high market cap, you can filter them from high to low. So you can put in market cap over here, right, after the volume. And then if you want to know which industry is the stock from, right, you can key in here industry. Okay, don't need to use sub industry, guys. Okay, just use industry will do. Okay, we don't use sector because sector is too broad. Okay, so you can just double click on industry, right, and then press OK. So there you go. You can arrange them a bit, and tighten them a bit. See this icon, you can tighten them up a bit. Okay. Okay, so you can see the industry in the market cap over here. Okay, so let's say you want to filter them based on the highest market cap to the lowest market cap. What you can do is you can click on this. You see, guys, you left click once, right? Then you'll be sort from the lowest market cap to the highest market cap. So let's say you want to see the highest market cap again, you click again, right? Then you will show you the highest market cap to the lowest market cap. Okay, so let's say you believe that the highest market cap usually gives you much better stocks, show you stocks with more better fundamentals, right? So 246,000 means 246 billion. I think uh, uh, 1 billion is 1 billion is 1,000 million, right? So this is, I think, 246 billion. Okay, so let's say today, right? Okay, you're scanning for the highest market cap here, right? Sort them out, the results into highest market cap. Okay, so what you can do is to color code them now to link the charts. So what you can do is see my mouse over here, click on this and go to red color, for example. Okay, number one, so it's a red color. And then here you see this symbol link, right? Link them as red color as well. So once you link them, right, okay, you click onto this edu, right, it will automatically show you the charts, right? So you can see, you can just scroll down, and it will immediately show you the chart. So it's much of a faster way to screen, right, for any possible setup. So you can slowly scroll down, and to see for any potential opportunities, right? So also good way to revise. Sometimes you see this kind of DR, right? You can actually revise, right, based on what happened. But of course now there's no more setup for ANSS. Okay, so you can slowly scroll down using this as a proxy, right, to see if there's any possible setup. So this couple of days market has already rallied, so now it's not you will see a lot of DR, I think, already move. You see your DR that already moved already. Okay, because of what happened in the last couple of days in the market. The market has been very bullish, hitting all-time highs. So usually when the market is making all-time highs, very bullish, right? Okay, making high, just one line up, you tend to have lesser opportunities, or opportunities that's already ran. That means above the sweet spot has really moved up a lot. So what do, right? If you have a lot of opportunities, right, already you don't have to scan anymore. Understand? So it's like your restaurant is already full. You don't have to invite more diners in, right? That's the analogy that Adam used, right? And I think it's a good way to explain if you have really a lot of existing stocks, right? And how many stocks you can go in, right? You will go in, right? Will also depends on your confidence level, right? If you are very confident, you can trade up to 3, 4, or 5 stocks at any one time, but max of 5 positions is recommended. Do not go beyond 5 at any one time. And if you're not very confident, right, go in one or two, 2 or 3 maximum, right, at any one time. Okay. If you're unsure, stay out first, right? When markets sometimes are you're not sure about where the direction, what's the flow, whether the market is going to sell down further, right? Okay, for example, like March last year, when market is selling down, you may not, if you are not sure whether it's going to stop, but there's yet no opportunities, then it's better to stay out first until the market hit a key LP level, right? And that's when you usually see a lot of DR. It's like the recent back in March, market was selling off, right? And a lot of these stocks actually form a potential DR setup, right? And that's when you should uh, aim to go in, right? To, if you lost some money, right, along the way down, which is normal from time to time, right? On the retracement, we may get caught. But as long as we follow the flow of the market, we tend to make more, right? In the long run by following the flow. Okay. So we can slowly use this to scroll down to see any opportunities. So previously this was, I would say, sorry, this was another one, right? So many of them has really made significant move, right? Okay. Sometimes, right, the opportunities that you find may not give you an trade setup today. Okay, sometimes the stock opportunity that you find may give you an opportunities later on. So sometimes you see a potential setup, but not yet EXE form, or the it is still not, it's not within sweet spot. That's when you write down a piece of paper and to remind yourself to check back on it again. Understand? So the homework research that you do today is for tomorrow as well, like for the next few weeks as well, right? And sometimes the trades that you do today are what you have found in maybe last few days or last week. Okay, so the thing is this: once you have enough existing positions, you don't need to screen anymore. You don't have to purposely screen every day. You only screen when you do not have enough positions, right? And you want to enter more. I personally use a variety of methods, like of course screener is one, but most of the time I like to go into headline news stocks. For example, like Baidu, right? I don't know whether, okay, Baidu for example, was, I don't need to a screener to tell me that Baidu is in trouble recently, and I enter on Baidu on the major flush down. Okay, so sometimes, right, I would say that do not entirely rely on scanners, right? It's good to know, understand what the market in general is doing, because sometimes stocks like Facebook may have a scandal, a headline news, that the temporary bad news on some fundamentally good stock, on Tesla, you know, on Apple, Google, Facebook, right? Yet these are opportunities like Alibaba as well, Baidu, right? Yet this may not be picked up by the scanner, right? It's picked up by the media. In fact, I like to look at stocks that are in the headline news that's beaten down, and we'll look at the chart, and I'll wait until they hit a LP level with a EXE, right? About to form EXE. Sometimes before EXE form, I already enter, like Baidu, right? Because it gives me a lot of confidence, especially I knew that, you know, they are fundamentally strong companies that will eventually recover. Okay, so I just want to say that scanner is not everything, right? Do not rely entirely on it. It's just a way to give you like one of the various tools to find opportunities. Okay, so you can slowly scroll down, right? Okay, the list. So let's say today, right, guys, you scroll all the way down the first 50 and you found what you want, and you don't, that means you don't have to scan anymore. Understand? And another way is, right, if I have many opportunities, for example, right, like let's say if I have like the same industry, right, I have Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, and so on, right? Let's say all of them give me a DR structure. Should I take all of them? No. I would suggest up to two. Maybe you choose the two that you like. No right and wrong, just choose the two, right, that you like maximum, because they are in the same industry, okay, banking industry. So choose up to two. Okay, if you're everything all in on the banking industry, chances are if they go down, right, you will all of them will go down at the same time, right? We call this like a movement in sympathy sort of thing. Okay, so same in similar industry, I'll go up to 2 max. Okay, so let me see if there's anything I need to add on. Yeah, so basically this is really how you go about doing it, and only do the scanning when you do not have enough existing position. Don't have to do it every day. Understand? Okay. So just a recap here, right? Something that to take note for traders. Okay, we are using 1 year, 2 days, and 4 years 1 week chart for swing trading stocks, US stocks especially, right? Okay. For swing trading stocks using the 4 years 1 week time frame. Okay, take note that the buffer for the entry and the stop loss is much higher, and hence it's up to the discretion of the trader whether you want to hold or exit the trade before earnings. Because the weekly chart, the buffer is much wider. And personally, guys, personally, if if I take on a weekly chart, I will not care about the earnings. I will hold the trade across earnings. Okay, strictly for 1 year 2 days chart, you will have to close it before earnings. Okay, so for example, let's say today is 1st of April and there's an earning announcement due in the 10th of April, which is around 10 more days only. So we know that, right, guys, the feedback, right? The feedback for 1 year, today's chart is around 1.5 weeks. Okay, so the feedback for 4 years, 1 week chart is around 1.5 months. Okay, so since we know that the expected feedback is around, feedback means your target or stop loss is around 1.5 weeks. So having 10 days in the trade means that we may not be able to hit our feedback before earnings. Understand? So usually if you have a trade that only have less than 15 days, it's recommended to just skip it and trade another stocks. Find another opportunities that gives you at least 15 days. Some stocks that you hold, right, may hold beyond 15 days. It's normal. From time to time, there'll be stocks that went beyond 2 weeks or 3 weeks. The question trader asks is, should you close the trade? My advice is to continue to hold until it is closed. Understand? And that's the reason why, right, you have to open other trades. Like you do not rely on 1 or 2 open positions. Okay, so because I believe that stock prices will eventually, right, move up or down one. Eventually move up or down one. Okay, a matter of time. So you don't want to be, no, you let go already, right, the stock, and then the thing start to go up. Because we do not have a time target. We only have a price target. But we have a time expectation of when the feedback will come. So that's the thing. Okay, so yeah, you're advised to hold on. But if the stock price has moved at least, I would say, at least 1.5 hour already, but not yet hit your, let's say, your expected 2 hour, you can switch over to, you if it's at least 1.5 hour, then you have the discretion as a trader to consider closing the position, and then you open a new one if you see another one that you like. Okay, if not, if it's still less than 1.5 hour, I will recommend continue to hold it until feedback. Okay, so if you want to still take on the 4 years one, you want to hold the 4 years 1 week chart across earnings, guys, you must be able to accept the risk. Understand that the risk is minimal, but there's still a risk. Okay, so again, guys, as of this writing, Thinkorswim has taken away the 2 days option for scanner. Hence, if you are scanning a 2 days chart, again, emphasize again that you screen it based on the weekly time frame, but you analyze them on the 1 year 2 days chart. Okay, which I mentioned earlier on. Okay, so how do you know the earnings? When will the stock price have their earnings? So let's say, for example, like let me go to Facebook here. So usually you will see, right, let's say a telephone icon here. You see a mouse over here to a telephone icon, you can see that it is the next earning is after market close on the 28th of April, right? After market close on the 28th of April for, let's say, Facebook. Okay, so some of you, right, if your chart does not show, right, it could be due to some I think it may be because your account is not funded yet. Okay, there could be this issue, right? Or sometimes, right, you may have to widen the buffer. That means that under okay, so you have to right click, style, settings, right? Under time axis, you may have to expand the area further. Okay, expand the right side area further, because sometimes the telephone icon is further out, so you may not be you may not see it. But if not, by default we will be using the right click, style, settings, time axis. Usually we use 10 days only. Okay, so how do you, if you do not see the telephone icon, how do you know when is the earnings? Right, you can go to this website called Earnings Whisper. Okay, is the link is over here in this over here I really given you, and then you can key in, let's say, Facebook, the ticker here, you can key in FB and then press search Facebook here. So over here is the same thing, right? So it's 28th of April, so it will show you the upcoming earnings, right, for Facebook, for example, here. So you can double check over here as well for the earnings. Okay, okay, so I already illustrated over here. And okay, so we have come to the end of this screening lesson. So if you guys need any help, right, you're not sure about the scanning process, right, feel free to let me know if you encounter any issues with the script as well, and we will double check. If not, I hope you guys have learned something useful on how to do the scanner, and I'll see you guys in other lessons. All right, see you guys.